Chapter 1. A Quiet House in Nantes. In early April 2011, neighbors on Rue Robert Schumann in Nantes, France, began to notice something strange. The Dupont de Ligonnès house, usually full of life with 5 family members, fell eerily silent. Shutters remained closed. The mailbox overflowed. The family dog was never seen again. Friends, neighbors, and school officials all received cryptic messages claiming the family had moved to Australia for a job opportunity. But something felt wrong. Xavier Dupont de Ligonnès was a nobleman by ancestry, a father of 4, and by all accounts, a quiet man. His wife, Agnès, taught catechism, and their children, Arthur, Thomas, Anne, and Benoit, were well liked and active in school and church. Nothing about them screamed trouble. Then, on April 21st, police entered the home. What they found would unravel one of the most disturbing mysteries in modern French history. Chapter 2. Beneath the Terrace. At first glance, the house seemed abandoned. Beds were stripped, framed photos removed from walls, and computers wiped clean. But then came the discovery. Under the back terrace, buried beneath sheets and lime, lay the bodies of Agnès and the 4 children, each wrapped carefully in blankets, accompanied by religious icons and notes. Even the family dogs were found buried. Autopsies revealed each had been drugged and shot with a .22 rifle. No signs of struggle, no defensive wounds. Police believed they were murdered in their sleep. But one body was missing: Xavier. There was no sign of forced entry, no robbery, and the crime was executed with chilling precision. What shocked investigators most was how calm the entire process appeared. Whoever did this took their time, cleaned up, buried the bodies, and disappeared without a trace. Chapter 3. The Vanishing Father. With Xavier missing and all others accounted for, he became the prime suspect. A massive manhunt began. Surveillance cameras caught him calmly withdrawing money, staying in hotels, and driving south. His final known sighting was on April 15, 2011, in Roquebrune-sur-Argent, near the Mediterranean. After that, nothing. He left behind a strange letter, sent to relatives, claiming he was a U.S. secret agent and had to disappear with his family. Investigators dismissed it as a smokescreen, but the level of detail raised eyebrows. France was transfixed. How could a father murder his entire family and vanish? Theories exploded. Was it financial ruin, religious fanaticism, ties to a shadowy organization, or something even darker? Every lead turned cold. He left his car, his phone, and even his belongings behind, as if he evaporated into thin air. Chapter 4. Secrets and Debt. Xavier's life, once examined closely, painted a picture of desperation. His businesses were failing. He was in severe debt. Family letters spoke of exhaustion and shame. He had applied for a gun license months earlier, under the pretense of home defense. Agnès had confided in friends that their marriage was strained. Xavier felt like a failure, burdened by the weight of his noble heritage and modern-day mediocrity. He wrote in private journals about ending it all. Yet, nothing indicated he would take the lives of his wife and children. He loved them, people insisted. But love, it seemed, had twisted into something fatal. Some psychologists described it as a distorted act of altruistic murder, taking them with him so they wouldn't suffer after he was gone. Still, the crime's eerie planning suggested more than desperation. It was methodical, calculated. Perhaps he had help. Perhaps it was something else entirely. Chapter 5. Theories and Ghosts. Over the years, the case evolved from a manhunt into something of a national ghost story. Tips came in from all over the world: Canada, Scotland, Italy. Sightings of Xavier popped up regularly, but none confirmed. In 2015, a man resembling him was arrested in Glasgow. DNA ruled him out. Theories flourished. Some believed Xavier joined a religious cult or fled to a monastery. Others speculated he had mafia ties and faked his death. A few even entertained the idea that he died shortly after fleeing, his body never found. Investigators explored every avenue: Xavier's digital footprint, religious affiliations, even old-school connections. Yet no accomplice ever emerged. No financial trail, no credible confession. It was as if the earth had swallowed him whole. His name became a symbol of escape, proof that in some rare cases, people can truly vanish. Chapter 6. Legacy of Silence. Today, the house on Rue Robert Schumann remains a haunted symbol in Nantes. The Dupont de Ligonnès murders are still open, still unresolved. Xavier is officially wanted, his name etched into the annals of French criminal history. The tragedy is not just about murder. It's about a father who slipped into darkness, a family erased, and a nation left with questions it cannot answer. What drives a person to kill those they claim to love? Was Xavier a cold-blooded murderer or a broken man caught in a spiral of despair? Until he is found, alive or dead, the case will remain open. And perhaps that's what makes it so chilling. Not just the act itself, but the quiet that followed. A silence louder than any confession. One man vanished, and left behind a silence that France still cannot explain. Chapter 7. Shadows in the Media. The Dupont de Ligonnès case has inspired a wave of documentaries, podcasts, and investigative reports across France and beyond. The combination of nobility, family tragedy, and total disappearance proved irresistible to journalists and true crime enthusiasts. Netflix included the mystery in its Unsolved Mysteries series, reigniting public obsession. Each time a new special aired or an article circulated, tips would flood hotlines. But they always led to dead ends. Xavier became a mythic figure, both hunted and haunting. Some French citizens began to question how such a case could remain unsolved in the age of surveillance and digital tracking. Even now, over a decade later, people still post theories online, analyze satellite images, and pore through old footage. The case has become a national riddle, part crime, part cautionary tale, and entirely unforgettable. Until the truth surfaces, if it ever does, the story of Xavier Dupont de Ligonnès will remain a symbol of the unknowable darkness that can exist behind even the most ordinary doors. Chapter 8. Whispers and What-Ifs. In the quiet corners of France, the name Xavier Dupont de Ligonnès still sends a chill. Every few years, investigators reopen cold leads. DNA is tested again. Old acquaintances are re-interviewed, but each time, the trail returns to silence. Theories now take on a folkloric quality. Children learn of the father who disappeared, and conspiracy forums thrive with speculation. A few amateur sleuths even claim to have solved it, but offer no proof. There's something almost cinematic about the entire tale. A noble lineage, hidden despair, a vanishing act so precise it defies reason. If Xavier is alive, he has avoided every modern tool meant to track us. If he's dead, he took the secret of the crime with him. In the end, it's not just a mystery. It's a wound in France's collective psyche, an unanswered question that continues to echo through headlines, whispers, and nightmares.